right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, HaKadosh.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth through the Holy Spirit. As always, we want to give a special peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, we out here another week to prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. All right, and to let you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that according to the Bible, you are the true children of Israel. All right, and we out here to teach repentance to our people before it's too late. Right, before the Lord brings all hell on this planet. Okay, before the Lord brings the birth pains on the woman. Okay, and also these different other different nations. All right, because we in a time where the Lord is gathering all the heathen. All right, He's getting ready to gather all the heathen according to the book of Joel, I believe the 3rd chapter. All right, so World War III, food shortages, the MOTV, you know, all these things are getting ready to take place according to the Bible. All right, so y'all have
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Okay, see me raise my hand? Okay, see me raise my hand. Okay, stay right there. Let's stay right there. Have a seat on that bench.
Y'all can't see it because y'all blinded, man. Y'all been blinded. Y'all in agreement with this earth, this hell, man.
Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breasts. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. But with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people.
And that's when we come out here with stammering lips. We come out trying to tell y'all, but y'all act like y'all don't understand. Keep going.
To whom he said, this is the rest, wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
And that's what we telling you. We telling you through the name of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua, if you believe on that name, you get salvation. He said you can rest with us. Because when all these food shortages happen, the martial law is on the land, your money not going to help you, your guns and weaponry not going to help you. Ain't nothing going to help you, but read that again.
Verse 12, to whom he said, this is the rest, wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. And this is
the rest, and it's true that you can rest. The weary is to rest.
And our people are worn out, man.
Yeah.
They're worn out physically, they're worn out spiritually and mentally. And that's why they look for answers in terms of, you know, they go back to Egypt and they look for BLM as an answer.
And this is really the only answer. It's the name of Yahushua, that strong tower. Go ahead, finish that up.
And this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear.
Refreshing. Yahushua is the refreshing. Go ahead. Yet they will not hear.
But the word of the Lord was.
Paul spoke about this in Thessalonians.
2 Thessalonians 1:7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us.
You who are troubled out the 12 tribes of Israel, rest with us. We got that rest. We got the name of Yahushua. Go ahead.
When the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
You, when the Lord comes, when you crack the clouds, which our people don't believe he's going to do, and it's crazy because all our people got to do is believe and have faith. Y'all believing is taking money out your pocket. No, I don't believe that shit. You feel me? What is he losing now? Yeah.
In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High.
People that know not the Most High.
And that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua.
And them that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua. That's talking about you tried. So the Lord, when he come back with vengeance, with fire, he's going to burn the heathens and he's going to burn the people.
Who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power.
Yeah, the Lord actually said he's going to melt our people. He said he's going to, if you don't want to obey the gospel, get Ezekiel 22 and Ezekiel 22, like that. Yeah, Ezekiel 22.
Yeah, I'll go.
Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 18. Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross.
Right, because y'all want to be homosexuals. Y'all want to be in agreement with whatever the government tells you to do. It don't matter if you whatever
If it leads to death,
yeah,
they still do it.
Still do it. You don't believe that.
It says, Son of man, the house of Israel is become dross.
Also,
All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem. Keep going. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
God wants people to be nice.
Yeah, you know what the word nice means?
Yes, it means don't get around with the
No, the word nice means fool.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
Now everybody's fucking too sensitive.
Yeah.
It says, and as silver, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you.
And he said it again, he's going to leave you there and melt you. That's to the ones who don't want to rest with us. Like, we out here, like she said, we out here looking stupid. That, hey, that's what you got to do. You got to rest with us. Because how these people look.
And the scriptures say we are fools for Yahushua sake.
And we
It
didn't
says-
go, it's people falling out. You got little kids because they really got that jab. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I know, people when they say, like, oh, they ain't dying, he ain't dying. Little kids dying because they really got that jab. But we the stupid ones.
It says it pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching. By the foolishness of this, you look foolish to the world, but we're pleasing the Most High. I got one word. Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. Romans 11:6. And if by grace, what? Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Right? The election hasn't changed it. The election is given that gift. What the elect has obtained, there ain't nothing that we did.
According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
Yeah, so that's why when we say we always out here together the elect, them the only ones that's going to be able to receive.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The election, I've changed. The election of the truth.
Yeah, because we're going to receive. You people love this world, man. The Lord said He was going to give us everlasting life. That's something that you can forget all these things, get everlasting life, and to get delivered out these terrible things. The Lord about to do, where I was reading that, He said, I think it's in this, where,
Right. You got people going to be covered in horror.
now He said that He was going to do, the work He was going to do was going to be a strange work. The Lord said He about to do a strange work out here.
We don't want to move him.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith.
Yeah, but we say grace through faith, man.
And that not of yourselves,
Yeah, because it ain't nothing we did, because the Lord, Blind, get 1 Corinthians 4, and then 2 4 and 3 words.
it is the gift of Yahweh,
Yes, to give to the Most High, man. If you think you get it, go ahead.
not of works, lest any man should boast.
Yeah, we can't be out here both. That's why you're supposed to be humble. Go ahead.
For we are his workmanship, created in Yahweh Shai and Mashiach unto good works,
That's right.
which Yahweh has before ordained that we should walk in them.
Yeah, he doing what he's going to be doing. He's making sure we walk in it. He foreordained, predestined from the beginning. So it's like you can't really, but it's crazy. Like damn, that all these people is going to die. You know, go ahead, read that.
2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Yeah, if they don't come and get it, if they can't get it, it's hid to them that are lost. The Most High applied that we read Isaiah 6 and 9, the 9th chapter. 6 and 9. The angel. Go ahead, read that.
In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High,
Unless you would
should
have got
shine
it,
unto them.
and then you would have been able to receive salvation.
Matthew 11:25. At that time Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes.
Yeah.
Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight.
Yeah, he ain't give it to Michael Jackson, Jay-Z. They ain't give it to fucking.
You give it to John Bones
He
Jones.
ain't give it to LeBron James and shit. Like, damn, this is a superstar.
You got the truth and that talent?
All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. So if you don't get, if Yahushua doesn't reveal it to you, okay?
You ain't gonna get it because even Paul said that. He said, I pray Apollo water, but the Most High gave increase.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
And that's the same thing. And we gonna get that rest. Get that rest. That rest is,
I gotta read this. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
Read that again. Because, matter of fact, Jeremiah 9. That's an important part.
So you read in Isaiah 28 where he's looking for what? The weary. Okay? Take my yoke upon you.
Take my yoke upon you. Go ahead.
And
that
learn
yoke
of me.
Take your yoke upon you is like the things that's gonna happen, like
Burdens.
the burdens you're gonna have to face. Go ahead.
And learn of me.
And learn of me.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom,
Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. Go ahead.
neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Yeah.
Let not the rich man glory
Because they
in
ain't
his
gonna
riches.
receive, because they're not gonna receive salvation. Go ahead.
Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this,
Let him that glory in this. What?
that he understandeth and knoweth me.
Just like he said in Matthew, that the ones who glory is the ones that understand the Lord. And that's why if you understood the Lord, you will fear the Lord. That's why people don't fear the Lord, because they don't understand. They think that when you start reading even from Genesis, you see how cold the Lord cold, man. And if you knew all the stories, you
Nah,
would
the
fear.
Lord is really cold because all these horrific deaths and even all this wickedness that you see, that's all from the Most High.
Yeah.
The Most High he's a balance, but when you look at the left-hand side of things, the Most High is cold, man.
Yeah.
The Most High will fuck somebody up in the
Word.
worst way.
Yo, I was reading Genesis. I read Genesis this week, and before when Abraham like he would do have this thing where he would tell he think he was gonna kill him. He'd tell him like, yo, that's my sister and shit like that. And then he was his wife. And then like the last dude that happened to him, he was like, oh, this my sister. Then he was with his wife. Lord came to him in the dream. He's like, yo, you a dead man. He was terrified. Lord, hey.
It says, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth.
Yeah, he the one that took all these things in the earth. He the one who's in control.
For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
Yeah, so the Lord wants you to know who he is.
Isaiah 6 and 9, right? 6 and 9. Isaiah 6 and 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat.
That's why our people can't get it. The Lord made that heart fat, make their mind fat.
Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
Yeah, if you was able to receive this gospel, you would be.
Hey, let us brothers know if the audio is good. If the audio is good, just say con. This is Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1. Hear, now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour out my spirit upon thy seed and my blessing upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water of courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
You got that happened in 1948, or prior to that, they took our heritage, stole our heritage, took our name, made us forget that we was even Israel through slavery and all types of tribulation, and then they just took our heritage, calling themselves Israel, we buy this.
And they never mentioned the 1948ers. They never mentioned the other tribes. You don't hear nobody over there saying the tribe is bad.
Or Judah and Levi and Levi. And the only other tribe over here is one.
Psalms chapter 82, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yeah, this happened back then. They doing it right now. They taking crafty counsel because, like we read Revelation 12 and 12, they about to really move on our people. It could happen any day because you got these celebrities that went into hiding. Everybody canceling their shows and shit like that.
But they, a lot of these celebrities, they get the heads up sometimes.
Yeah. Because they not giving them no longer, though. They ain't no longer. They give them a heads up.
That's my Kanye.
Yeah, I seen that with the baby. They said
People in the hottest rappers.
they said low ticket sales. But you had even Edomite bands and shit canceling their concerts and all of that. So, and this is around the time too where a lot of shit happens, like war. Like September is like a month of war. Remember 9/11 back in the day, it happened in September. So September, October, like these months, you saw like a lot of wickedness. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
They did that. They actually did that.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Hey, but right now they want to cut us off from being the people. The Lord said, that's what, they want to cut us off from being the people. They feel like if they can kill all the Israelites,
Yeah, the Lord said that this will be
Jeremiah.
forever. Yep, I know.
Jeremiah 31.
They believe they can do that. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have Hopin, the children of Lot, Salah.
Ezekiel chapter 7. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also thou, son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the land of Israel, and the end is come upon the four corners of the land.
Yeah, it's an income. We at the end right now. We at the time where it's not going to be somebody saying, that means he can't see what's going on. We talk like that.
Also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the land of Israel, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee.
Hey, it's been sharing videos all over YouTube. People been seeing chariots everywhere. You don't think the so-called Space Force see that? The people, ain't that what they for? The Space Force for them.
But Esau has satellites out there, so you know they see a lot of chariots. They just don't let the people know. But I mean, they let us know. We already knew, but the average public, they came out and said that the ships are real. But before that, they was trying to hide it. But it's been so many sightings, you can't hide it. People just going outside, just filming ships. The angels are showing themselves.
There was somebody who worked at NASA that I guess one of the telescopes that they launched like 50 years ago is now actually outside the solar system. They're saying that the whole way that it calculates coordinates and sends it back to Earth is completely different once it leaves the solar system. So Esau don't know shit about space, man. You don't even know where it's at because you can't get the right coordinates.
He don't understand space or the depths of the sea. He don't know what's down there, you know. They submarines can only go so far. The Most High he didn't give them that much. He just gave them a little.
Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Yeah, so that's why our people need to repent. The Lord going to recompense you upon your ways. And if you deserve death, you're going to be death.
That's why we try our hardest to be righteous, man, because it clearly says it. The Lord is going to judge you according to your ways. So if you out here just being reckless and wicked, you're going to get a reward of a wicked man.
And mine eye shall not spare thee.
The Lord not going to spare it. I'm saying you're not going to be able to beg the Lord for mercy. The Lord ain't going to spare you.
And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and evil and only evil, behold, is come.
Yeah, the Lord is bringing the evil and only evil. Okay?
And end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee. And I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth.
It's the Lord that killeth. Well, no. Hey, you see that video where they said the Chicago fucking police chief was like, he wanted to tell you about these laws that's coming out. He said,
For the people that's getting out,
yeah, he said, I don't know.
it might be something different.
He said in 2023, he said ain't gonna be no cash bail. He said for like crimes like kidnapping, it's gonna be illegal to give them a bail. So if they arrest somebody for kidnapping, they gonna have to let them out.
Yeah.
For second-degree murder.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They said, but they even said that they're gonna be releasing a lot of people.
Hey, and that's
No, they said they wasn't. They also said they wasn't coming. They said they can't come to get nobody off your property.
No, they said
You will have to
it
figure it out.
take 48 hours for the police come after film.
That's the purge. That's the
yeah,
purge.
Yeah.
That's the purge.
And they said they wasn't coming.
Yeah.
Somebody broke in your shit, they not coming.
Verse 14.
Alright, this is verse 14. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
Go ahead, read that.
They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready.
We blowing the trumpet to make all our people ready for the battle. The first thing you need is to fear the Lord and believe in Yahweh Shai. Try to get y'all ready for the battle. Going up to the battle.
Yeah, it says we have piped into you, ye have not danced. Because our people are not dancing to this song. This is a song. But we understand that these lyrics ain't for everybody.
But none go up to the battle, but my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
Swords without, and the pestilence and famine is within. So it's gonna be a famine going on. It's gonna be killing. It sounds like that shit that the dude said to 2023. It's gonna be the famine. You're gonna have fucking the purge out here. I'm saying World War III. The Pope was warning the world about nuclear attack. You see that?
He could say that.
Yeah.
It's all prophecy. It's all prophecy.
Recently.
They're saying that Catholic churches might
The devil.
file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, you're right.
They might file for bankruptcy. Isaiah chapter 42, verse 7. To open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am the Lord that is. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, because we read earlier, it's going to melt you. It says it's going to blow fire on you. By fire and by sword. When you plead in this world, it's looking at like to beg or something. The Lord don't plead like that, man. The Lord pleads with fire and his sword.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
God bless.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Because he's going to have all the angels with him when he comes.
And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven even unto the other.
So while the angels delivering, Yahweh Shai is going to be slaughtering. That's Isaiah 63 going to be happening. Then World War III going to be going on. And then Isaiah,
2 Peter 3, the elements melt with fervent heat.
yeah, that's going to happen for judgment. But then you're going to have 13 going on. Get that, 13.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yeah, the Lord don't gotta sleep. The Lord gonna be waking when you call on his name. Go ahead.
The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore.
And that's a part of the reward too. The Lord protecting you,
Yeah.
giving you a hedge and a guide. That's a part of the reward. We really don't say that enough. But the Lord protecting us in the day of trouble is also, that's a good thing, man.
Yeah. Psalms 91 say, only with thine eyes shalt thou see the reward of the wicked. Only with your eyes. So you only gonna see it happen. 1,000 shall fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand. It shall not come back.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Yep, and that's what's gonna happen here. So, the sown places, the food markets, that's food. I mean, and the fields where all the food at and shit is gonna be empty. It's gonna like the wilderness, and the store shops gonna be empty.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpets the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 23. 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound. When every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein.
Now you can't see a time like that happening now because you got law and order right now. But you gotta think that if that shit happened like in Commissioner or what the fuck they was saying? Yeah, he was like, it ain't gonna be you can murder somebody and get out without even paying anything.
It's really gonna make these things go crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Edomites gonna be running, trying to hide in their neighborhoods, and they're gonna be getting ramshacked.
The only job that's gonna be probably open is fucking drill music. You gotta be able to make drill music. You gotta have something to empty shit up.
At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation in the end of your world.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time where ain't no water running and shit. That's a scary time.
It's gonna look like Mississippi,
Yeah.
brown water. It's all gonna cut. He gonna hit that electricity. Ain't gonna be no electricity.
Hey, the water priority for polio in the water in New York.
Yeah.
They can't use the water in Baltimore. Mississippi ain't got water. But Esau fucking bragging in Israel talking about fucking water being and make water. Why can they make water in Mississippi?
He said we can make profit. That's what we like.
Yeah.
The Most High gonna nuke the shit out that land. It's gonna all be burnt to a king. Shit gonna be left. Nothing.
And the men that I receive shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish.
That's what we're waiting for. Because ain't no faith out here. You can't even have a spiritual conversation with.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a quick testimony. It's getting so bad out here. Jake is so fed up. said, man, this Mormon, he coming to our house. He said, I want you to come over and cut him up, man. That's what he told me. He said, yo, he said he's getting to your mom.
Yeah.
You got your mom reading the Book of Mormon. He was pissed. He was pissed off, man. He said, I need you to come over. I need you to do what you do. I was like, yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's how fed up Jake is, bro.
Yeah.
For real. My dad, he wasn't like that before. He said, I don't want them coming to my house teaching that shit, man.
Nah, hell no. Because really, because they don't push that shit.
They go to Jake
Mormons,
neighborhoods.
Jake neighborhoods.
And then my mom being weak, she weak and shit, she falling for it. You know, she reading the books and shit. And my dad trying to tell her, like, man, when this dude come over, don't answer the fucking door, man. But, you know, women, they weak.
Yeah,
You know?
but see, that's why the men are supposed to be stepping up and getting this knowledge. You're supposed to teach your woman. And if she can see, she know you, so she see you don't know nothing spiritually. They need that to build them up.
They're natural followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, women are attracted to security, man. And if you know some stuff and you have wisdom and you're a man about shit, then they see that's attack. Well, no woman want to fuck up pussy ass. Isaiah 59:1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save.
And the Lord's hand ain't shortened that it can't save. Right? It don't matter where you at on this earth or in this universe, right? The Lord can get you on there. The Lord can save you. Okay?
Neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
Yeah, his ear ain't heavy that it can't hear. You know, it's not all waxed up and shit. It can hear you. You call on the name of the Lord, you could be in the fucking jail that she had back Nina with. The Lord gonna hear you.
Right. But your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you. He will not hear. For your
That's
hands.
the thing. Then he won't hear you. Right?
And the problem with our people is that they like to follow a multitude and evil. They do a lot of hate in the moment stuff, man. That's a sign that you're not thinking things through. Social media is the biggest influence. We're going to deal with simps like that.
Sorry, what?
For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue hath muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth.
Yeah, nobody called it for justice and none pleaded for truth, man. None pleaded for truth. Like, y'all just let Esau give y'all whatever he dished out. That's the truth for y'all. Y'all not gonna strive for the truth. Yeah,
They trusted vanity.
they trusted vanity. Okay, our people, we got the thing. Jake is the vainest out of everybody.
Hey, yeah.
Any name brand, like, that shit is crazy.
I was watching this wave channel yesterday. I watch a lot of, you know, hair wave videos and shit. And this one Jake said he brushed for 90 minutes a day. That's vain as hell, man. How the hell you brush your hair for 90 minutes a day? That's an hour and a half. That's vain. That's way too much. You're supposed to hit it with the brush real quick. Yeah, that's it. You know? 90 minutes? I commented on it. I said, that's vain, LOL. Just vain as hell.
Hey, the Lord said to John, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world is love of the eyes, pride of life. Yeah. The Lord ain't dealing with that, man.
And speak lies, they can see mischief and bring forth iniquity.
It's just what's going to happen. You know, when all these things is going on, through the midst of World War III and fucking the famine and all that, it's going to happen.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea.
And this is another reason. This is a faith building story because we know that the Lord wins. He's telling you how it is. So the Lord wins. So if you have faith in the Lord, this is what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen now. The Lord wins. So which one you going to win this time?
That it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Everybody gonna be afraid of the Lord then. They ain't want to be afraid now. When we tell them to fear the Lord, they will be afraid then. Fucking sky. Everybody can see it. Even the person who pierced it.
And whensoever the violence went out of his mouth, all they turned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it fleeth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
And the men from the book of Joel, all the what was it called?
That's the dragon and his angels, the military.
Jehoshaphat?
Yeah. Yep, that's the dragon and his angels. It says,
Because you had the fucking president, Ronald Reagan, in 1983, 1987, saying, "Oh, if we were all fighting, will we all come together if some aliens came and shit like that?"
he was talking about Yahweh Shai. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved upon himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Yeah, that great mountain they talk about is a chariot, where who the world calls so-called UFOs. It's gonna be big. It's gonna like a mountain. I don't know if you ever been to the mountain. You know how you see a mountain, if you up close, you can't see the end of it.
Yeah, it's just,
You see big ass
Yeah.
shit. You can't even see the end of it. That's how it's gonna be, but it's gonna really be like that.
but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Yeah, because the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to fight. It's like he put the spirit on Pharaoh to not let go of Israel. But Pharaoh wanted to let go of Israel. Like, man, fucking got frogs and shit, all types of boils.
Fucking up my kingdom.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
He's like, he fucking up my shit.
Man, doing all
Take
types
this
of
him up out of here.
Yeah, but the Lord is tired and tired. He's gonna do that same thing to Esau and the other nations. What?
It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw.
Hey, and Wisdom Solomon, I don't know if y'all can find it, where it says, one word.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. Isaiah 66. And out of his lips a flaming breath. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. That's those laser beams, man. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. And he fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude,
It was just so many of the opposing armies that you couldn't encounter all around the world.
they sent everybody, every military. It says, innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
Only dust and smell of smoke.
Dust, Salakia, dust.
Only
and
dust and smell of smoke. So the Lord is going to vanquish this motherfucker. Flawless
I was
victory.
about to say flawless victory, man. When I saw this, I was afraid. Afterward, saw I the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people to him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and some brought of them that were offered. Then I was sick through great fear, and I awakened.
He still was, hey, still had that fear, man. Still fear. That's fear. That was it. The victory. That's the victory you're gonna get against Esau.
Like, y'all got some. Like Second Ezra. Well, yeah, I got it. Because this is basically after. Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. And this is after, you know. It says, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These are they which have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and received palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Most High.
And that's what we out here to do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Our people, that's why the Lord got us smoke these things. Look at this prophecy. That's crazy. Because like the other day, I walked like 3 blocks with my friend. He has a baby. And we see more homosexuals.
Peter chapter 2 verse 5, and spared not the old world, but saved. 2 Peter 2 and 4, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved into judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th persons, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
And the Lord spared not the angels. So what you think he's gonna do for you? He sent the angels down for judgment. Alright? The whole world, everybody
And then in the movie Noah, they had a night version that showed you how wicked Esau lived.
because the Lord, a lot more people gonna die. More people gonna die than gonna live.
And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that should live ungodly.
So you're supposed to receive this story from your parents, so you know not to be like that. The Lord's gonna smoke any place that be like Sodom and Gomorrah. And this place has gotta be worse.
It's 100 times worse.
It's crazy.
And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with the unlawful deeds.
And the Lord told Lot, if you find people that was righteous, he won't destroy.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh?
And now all our people is unrighteous, man. It's crazy out here. Go ahead.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters,
Nor idolaters. Our people is idolaters. Our people love money. Go ahead. That's idolatry.
nor adulterers,
Nor adultery. Adultery is in all the songs. Every song is adultery.
That's the goal. It's adultery and money. That's what the music is about.
Yeah.
Killing.
Yeah. and killing a nigga, not just anybody, just those people.
You can't make a song about killing no.
Nah, you're gonna go to fucking jail.
Nor effeminate, nor abusers
Nor
of themselves and
effeminate.
mankind.
Nor abusers of themselves and
Yeah,
mankind.
no hand waggers. man.
Homosexual.
You got Big Jakes walking down the street with their wrist.
Hey, I just seen that dude that was fucking walking with his mom was fucking like 6'3", big as hell.
with a fanny pack.
Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
No wicked.
What is the kingdom of the Most High?
We gonna tell you in a minute if you stick around.
Second Ezra 9 and 13. This is Second Ezra 9 and 13. Therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
And who are the righteous?
Second Ezra 9 and 18. And now when I prepared the world, which is not yet made, even for them to dwell and that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
Yeah, see, before when the Lord made the earth in the beginning, He said everybody obeyed. All right, everybody was doing the right thing. You just had Cain with people with that. Everybody, for the most part, did what they're supposed to do. He said, but now the earth is corrupted with a perpetual seed. Go ahead.
And by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that would come into it.
Yeah, it's peril because the devices that's into it are the things you can do in society. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, the things they promote. You can do anything you want. There's no fear of the Lord. You can do whatever. You can, like I said, I was telling the brothers on the way to camp. My stepson, he's in the 10th grade, and he got a questionnaire for when he started school. And one of the questions was, "What do you identify as?" There's only two things that you can identify as a man and a woman. So why would they ask you that? Because Esau is pushing a wicked agenda, even on the children, man.
Yeah, they got this thing called MAPS. They call that minor attracted person. Because just like I can't call a homosexual a bag, you're not gonna be able to call.
You gotta say that.
You can't. You're not gonna be able to say that word no more. You're gonna have to call a minor attracted person.
You gotta watch what you say sometimes, but they'll censor the video and take it down.
But you can tell women, you know, you've got all these people that they make these songs for these little girls and tell them to be hoes. And by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it.
So the Lord considered the world, but He said it was peril because the devices that were coming to it. So what? Go ahead.
And I saw it and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people.
So He said he kept him a grape of a cluster and a plant of a great people. All right, just like Lot just survived and Noah, it's gonna be a small number. Go ahead.
Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept in my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
We gotta get louder.
Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
The Lord said He's gonna let the multitude perish that was born in vain. He said y'all was born for nothing.
Let my grape be kept in my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
It's gonna seem like out of a vineyard, how many people get saved, delivered? It's gonna seem like a grape in a plant got saved. Out the whole if the whole earth was a vineyard. Hold on. Get Second Ezra 8:1.
Second Ezra 8:1. And he answered me, saying, The Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
He said He made this world for many that we in now. That's why you can do all this wickedness. The world to come for few. Go to verse 3.
Verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
There be many created, but few shall be saved.
So that means that the church doctrine is out of there. Jesus loves everybody. Everybody's going to be saved. That's not true.
Blair.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood upon the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the great voice of thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that's amongst Israelites. All right, it tells you that in Revelation the 7th chapter. Man, get that.
That's the true understanding, man. So the scriptures basically saying that all these churches have been lying to you for thousands of years. Primarily the Catholic Church.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Out of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
That's you said what's the kingdom of heaven, right?
Yeah, he said, who's the righteous?
This righteous right here, the ones that's getting delivered out the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes in from each tribe, that's the righteous. And the innumerable multitude, that's the righteous. Who the Lord had mercy on and predestined to be saved.
Out of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000.
Now get Revelation 21 and 1. That's the righteous right there. And that's the kingdom of heaven. Alright, because the kingdom of heaven, it say, you know, it says, popcorn, it says, we people,
Just
Yeah, just look it up. The movie is right there. You don't know where it's at.
I think it's Maccabees 5 and 12.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John...
That's saying the structure, the way things going, the earth will abide forever. So it's going to be a new rulership on the earth. Go ahead.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High.
The new city, New Jerusalem, which is the kingdom, is us, the ones that's getting delivered, 12,000. That's what he's going to see come down. It's not going to be a city floating in the sky. It's going to be them coming down.
Right. Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying.
It ain't gonna be no more death, sorrow, and crying in our nation. All right.
Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And that's when the Lord gonna lift those curses off of us. Because right now, these people right here are the ones that need salvation. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the ones that need help from the oppressor, from your enemies. All right? Because there's many nations oppressing you, according to Psalms 83, like we read earlier. See, the Lord died for one nation to keep. That's the nation of Israel. Everybody else is extras in the movie. Okay? That's the message.
Yeah, so our people, we're going to have eternal, Matthew 6 and 7, 6 and 9. Matthew 6 and 9. You found it, Joshua?
Can I get this real quick? All right. Romans chapter 9, verse 3. For I wish that myself were accursed from Yahushua, from my brother and my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises.
Yep, everything pertaining to the Israelites, the adoption, the glory, the kingdom. All of it.
Got some, bro? I got something else too. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 7. For if that first covenant had not been faultless, then should there have been, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. So when Yahushua comes back, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, he's going to make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, which are only Israelites. He didn't say he was going to make a covenant with everybody. He said he's going to make a covenant with a particular people. All right? For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. So the Lord said he's going to be a God unto us. Alright? Because he's our power. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more.
Second Maccabees.
That's who the righteous is.
5 and 19. Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. And that's pretty much it. Alright? So the Lord made Jerusalem.
Yeah, that's why when he say Jerusalem coming out the sky, it's talking about us, Israel. Read that again.
Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake.
Because really, Jerusalem is in Babylon right now. This Jerusalem, wherever we at.
But the place for the people's sake. Nevertheless, the Most High did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake.
He chose the place for the people's sake. It's all about the people.
Yeah, the majority of us is here.
Yeah.
And wherever you were scattered, the majority of Jacob is in Babylon. You know? So the Lord is going to deliver us on all lands where we were scattered. When he says the land of the north, it specifies in Jeremiah. It says he's going to deliver us from the land of the north and all the captivities where we were scattered.
That place over there, that Jerusalem right now, is still desolate. They said when they went over there in 1948, it was desolate. They gotta bring fake trees and shit because it's desolate over there. But when we get in that land, it ain't gonna be desolate. It's gonna be the land of milk and honey. Streets being paved in pure gold.
And it's
No
war,
crack.
it's war. It's hella war over there.
Yeah. It's gonna be peace.
Pink City, wickedness, Did you know those people, the 1948ers, they circumcising babies with their mouths?
Yeah.
That's basically oral right there. Come on, man.
How's it supposed to be the city of peace if you got to go to a coffee shop and worry about getting hit with a rocket?
Really?
Or a suicide bomb?
They're just imposters, man. That they're really Amalekites. They're really Edomites. Edomites portraying to be Israelites.
Hey, get what's name real quick.
You got rocked to sleep with the word.
Yeah. Get Revelations 3 and 9.
Shalom to you brothers in the comment board too.
Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
Yeah, they lying. Talk about being a Jew.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
But if you say you a Jew, they'll say vocab alone at every camp you got to try to disrupt you.
Yeah, we just
Fly
had
them all over the country.
We had a heathen come up and get on his knees, hit his knees, worship before our feet just now. We ain't throw him on camera.
Make a short out of it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about frequent flyer miles. That man's like Carmen San Diego, where he's gonna pop him next.
Because the true blessings is when
Oh yeah. He was definitely good.
the true blessings is when we empower and we really have them subject. You can have a heathen, you can have an Edomite come lick your shoe, but you still gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, and that same Edomite that licked your shoe, he say you did something to him and get you shot by the police. Real quick.
And to know that I have loved him.
Yeah, you gonna know that the Lord loves us. Bring
Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified. We're gonna close it out. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, and Kakwadash.
Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, you brothers continue to keep pushing. All right, and they continue to trust in Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Lord willing, we'll see you brothers next week. Shalom.